Hello, and this is a how to make goodie balls, and this is what they look like done. We're making goodie balls. We're going to make goodie balls. You need walnuts. That a mixing bowl, a mixing spoon, vanilla, butter, and sugar and flour. Well, powdered sugar and flour. First off, you make the butter. You make the butter, and you'd soften the butter by putting it in the microwave for, I think it was 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds. I just put a whole stick in there, Mom.
Take the wrapper out. Put it in the bowl. Put it in the microwave.
Okay, so take it out of the wrapper. You put it in the orange bowl. You put it in your mixing bowl. And then you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And make sure it's in the center so it doesn't not spin around. What? And then when it's done, you when it's done softening, you put the flour in. So when your butter's done, you would take it out. You would put the butter. You would put the sugar in. You would put the powdered sugar in there.
Look what you're doing.
So then you would put sugar. Then you put the sugar in there. So you put the sugar in there, and you would stir it until it's smooth. Then you mix it up till it's smooth.
Are you recording yourself?
Yeah. Dad, can you? Then you
fork. Break it up.
Then
use a fork to break it up.
You would use a fork to break it up. I am not the best at making these. And you mix it up until it's So now you'd add the 1 teaspoon of vanilla in there, and also for the powdered sugar you would have added a half of a cup in there. You add the vanilla to the mix, and then you stir it up. You stir it up. You stir it up and would stir it up, and then once you're done stirring it up, you'd add half the nuts and the flour to the mixture. So now I add. Do I add half the flour to the mixture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you need to have the nuts chopped. Are they chopped?
Oh, you're not. No. Also, you would add a cup of nuts and a cup of flour. And that's half of what. And that's half. And that's half. So after you have chopped the nuts, also they can be like really chopped, or they can be not as chopped. It depends on. Well, also, like the smaller they are, the smaller you make them, the smaller you should chop. The finer you should chop them. And then you put a cup of nuts in there, and you put the cup of flour. You put the cup of flour and you put the cup of flour into, and then you stir. And this is a cup of flour. You would drop that in there, and then you would stir it until pretty much smooth. Oh, and also try not to make a mess. And also you may need some help from need some help stirring them. You may need some help stirring. Oh, I think these are stirred good then. I think these are stirred good. Okay. Then you stir until they're smooth, until there's really no just clumps, unless it's because of the nuts or anything or because of anything you add besides the flour and stuff. And then you would add the rest of the nuts, and you drop those in, and then you would add the rest of the flour. Sorry if I keep on disappearing. And then you'd add the rest of the flour, which is another cup. So then you'd add a cup of nuts and a cup of flour, as you can see right here. Then you drop those in, and you would basically do the same thing. You would stir it until they're smooth. Actually, no, you stir them until they're completely mixed. So pretty much past smooth. Also, I suggest having a big mixing bowl. Dad, do you think this is good enough, or do you think I need to mix more?
Looks good. Thoroughly mixed.
Okay, then you.
Mix really well.
Okay, you have to make sure they're mixed really well. Then once you're done, then once they're mixed really good, you would roll them up into balls about half of an inch in diameter. So pretty much I want to say about this small.
Turn your oven on.
Turn your video off for a second. There's no sit.
So then you take some parchment paper and a cookie sheet, and you would put the parchment paper over the cookie sheet. Try to get it on there so it stays on. Then you would try to grab some of your stuff, and you try to make it into a ball, which I'm horrible at.
Turn it off.
What? Also, don't forget, make sure you have a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, and then, okay. Also, you'll roll them up, and you can use this, which is I think it's called a melon baller, which you can put it into this thing, grab a little bit of dough, kind of like roll it up in a ball to make it make it consistent, so you know you have the same amount of cookie coming out on every one. And then you just take it out and you roll them up, finish them, make sure they're balls, and then you can either do it with that, or you can do it with your hand, and it doesn't have the same consistency, but it still works. So then you do that.
You want to pan it real?
So when you get done with these, you should have it should make about 35. Should make about 35 of them. So then you would put them all on a cookie sheet. Then you put them all on a cookie sheet like I have here. And you put them in the oven, heated to 35 degrees. I can show you. 325. It may be backwards on the camera. Then you put them in there. I suggest wearing mitts because I have a history of getting burnt, or at least
Does this look like that?
yeah, or at least not wanting to put them in there because it's so hot.
Put the door up.
And then you would drop them in there. So you close it open, and you would put them in there to 10 to 15 minutes. You put the timer on, and you put it to. I want to put it to 13 minutes. I remember to do that, and then I hit start.
Hit the timer button.
Oh, then I hit timer, and it'll time. And then all you have to do is wait. If they're not cooked that well, if they're not cooked that much, then you would put them in for another 2 minutes. You also could put them in for 10 minutes, so you just have to put them in for another 5 minutes. But then that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it until they're done cooking. So